MR4, Mr. Henderson's disappeared, just like Mr. Brown did. There isn't a trace of him anywhere. And I'm here all alone. That sound, it's all around me. Can you hear me? Over.
Yes, Jeff, I can hear you. Now listen carefully.
The lights!
And the radio. Get the emergency switch. That thing must have torn out the main power lead.
Does that mean it's dead?
I don't know.
Oh, it's still moving.
And we're still trapped in here.
Do you think my uncle's still alive?
Sure of it, Margaret. Wilson was still alive after they'd taken him. We heard his voice.
What do they do to the people they carry away?
It just depends on their level of intelligence. Whether they regard us as enemies or just something to be curious about.
I don't think any of us will get away now.
Hello, MR4. I think I'm lost. Can you give me a direction-finding fix? Hello, MR4. Can you hear me? Over. Hello, MR4. Can you hear me? Over. Can anyone hear me? Perhaps I'm the only one left.
The air conditioning went off with the power. Try and stick it out a little longer. We've got to be absolutely certain that creature's gone. Look, while there's still time, let's keep busy and try and send a message back to Earth.
We can't transmit with the main power gone.
But we can put it on tape. I can get enough power for that from the batteries in here. Then when Jeff gets back, he can repair the mains cable.
Yes, but how do we know Jeff will get back? And if he does, he might meet that creature.
Well, if he's on his way, he'll be here in another 5 minutes. When he's due, I'll have to go down.
But you can't!
Margaret, whether that creature's there or not, we've got to warn Jeff. We can't let him walk into a trap. Now, come on, get the tape recorded. And you'll need to change the spools.
Fixed together again.
Well, what would be on this spool?
Well, Jeff said he put a new spool on when he left the set on monitor. The last thing that we recorded before then was Captain Wilson's message when both rockets were in orbit.
The message that persuaded us to come into land. The message that Brown made such a point of recording in case we didn't believe him. You see what he did, Margaret? He did an editing job on this message. That's why Wilson's rocket landed after ours did.
What do you mean, an editing job?
Well, if you cut a word or two out of a tape, you can change its meaning. Look. Brown must have done it with Wilson's message. He tricked us into landing on Venus. It's gone pretty quiet down there. I wonder if it's still there.
If it is, Jeff will walk right into it. Can't hear anything.
Well, he'll be here in a minute. I must warn him. Help me with the hatch.
I wonder what we're going to find.
Anyone there?
Jeff! Look out!
There's nothing here. Look at the damage it's done.
It's all right, Margaret. It's gone.
Hooray! Do you think it's damaged the rocket so badly that we won't be able to take off?
Well, there's nothing in that chamber that would affect the motors. Provided Jeff can repair the mains cable.
Yes, I think I can do that all right.
Oh, Jeff, we never thought we were going to see you again.
I never expected to get back. Whatever it was that hit Mr. Henderson had a go at me, too. I was knocked flat on my face. I didn't say a thing, then I just ran for it.
Jeff, would you know your way back to where Henderson vanished?
Well, yes, I think so. I could follow our tracks, but it's a bit dangerous.
Well, I know that, but somehow we've got to find him, otherwise none of us stands a chance. When he vanished, were you together?
Well, I was a few feet ahead.
That's what I thought. So the one thing we're certain about is that these things only pick you off when you're alone.
Well, when we search for Mr. Henderson, we should rope ourselves together, then it wouldn't happen.
It's a good idea.
Yes, but where will we search if we don't know where to look?
Could you pick out on these aerial photographs where you were when Henderson disappeared?
It would be about here.
Right, that's not far from the mountain foothills.
Only we had some better weapon to frighten these things off with.
Jeff, you've given me an idea. What is a wild animal most frightened of?
Fire, I should think.
Exactly, and that's what we'll use if we have to. Help me move these photographs. Our medical supplies are in this case.
What have you got there?
Surgical spirit. It's highly inflammable. We can start a pretty effective fire with this.
Yes, but do you think fire would frighten them?
It's quite possible they've never seen one. There's no animal on Earth can make fire, and I see no reason why the creatures here should be any more advanced.
Well, we'll soon find out.
Look, these tracks, they lead right into this cave.
Let's investigate.
Now, careful, Brown. You don't know what may be in there. Look. Well, these creatures understand the use of fire. Look, the charred remains of somebody's dinner.
That means they're flesh eaters.
Doesn't exactly tie in with your theory of an advanced civilization.
Do you realize, Wilson, a few years ago in New Guinea, a valley was discovered in which there was living a race of Neolithic men? They were still entirely primitive, while a few thousand miles away, modern man was splitting the atom. 300 years ago, when we discovered Tasmania, the natives there were still entirely Neolithic.
Yeah, we killed them off.
Yes, but the Venusians, they've got a different attitude towards their less developed people.
We still don't know what their attitude towards us is going to be, so let's get out of here before whatever ate this comes back.
Wait a minute, Wilson. Look, look. On the wall of this cave. Look where these creatures are caved here.
Hey, it's a mountain. It could be the one we're in. That means that whatever lives here certainly is no dumb animal. That's like those cave drawings on Earth, isn't it? They're in southern France, eh?
Yes, in Lascaux. I've seen them. And these are almost as beautiful.
And this bone. And that skull we found. Well, what do they all mean?
Some years ago in Germany, in the Neanderthal Valley, similar remains were discovered.
Yeah. This is exactly like Earth was 100,000 years ago, and then maybe the men might be like early Earthmen.
Yes, but if they're like the Neanderthalers, they're not true men at all. They're sub-men.
And they're the ones that attacked us back in the jungle. Subhuman. There's something pretty terrifying about that.
Mr. Henderson! I'm pretty sure this is the place. Mr. Henderson was standing about here when I last saw him.
Well, there should be some sign of where he went. If he was dragged, there should be marks.
Yet there's nothing.
So people just can't disappear like this. There must be some logical explanation.
Look. Did you see that?
Foliage. Must be watching us.
It's so dark up in those trees.
Yeah, it's getting darker.
It's like night coming on.
But it can't be. A day on Venus is the same as 30 days on Earth. And we arrived at the dawn of a Venus day.
Could Mr. Brown have been right?
Right about what?
He said that Earth time wouldn't mean a thing on Venus, and that we'd change. Perhaps we've adapted ourselves to Venus time.
Well, that's just the sort of scientific half-truth that makes Brown dangerous.
It's getting darker. Can't be night, it's coming on too quickly.
If it gets any darker, we'll never find my uncle. We won't even be able to find our own way back.
I wonder how these creatures react to the darkness. If they can see and we can't, we're in trouble.
It's all right, Margaret. It's only a thunderstorm like we get back on Earth.
Yes, but we don't know what a thunderstorm is like on Venus.
Well, rain. That's familiar enough. How are we ever going to find Mr. Henderson in this?
Look out!
That was a close call. You two all right?
Yes.
No
I'm
bones
all right.
broken.
Come on, we better get back to MO4 and let the storm blow itself up.
We don't know how long it might last. It could go on for weeks here.
Jeff! Jeff, where are you?
It's my uncle!
Yes, we can hear you. Where are you?
We can't be very far.
Come on, this way. Henderson, are you all right?
Oh, Mary. Hey, listen, I told you to take off if I didn't get back.
You knew I couldn't do that, but what happened to you?
Well, something hit me on the back of the neck. Then I felt myself being lifted up. Then I passed out.
And you've no idea what it was?
No, but I had the strange sensation I was flying.
Well, could it have been some sort of huge bird?
No really big bird can fly here. The trees are too high.
Perhaps it was something that swung out of the trees.
Come on. We better get out of this jungle.
Look over there. It's clear of trees. We're on the edge of the jungle here.
I wonder what effect this storm has on those creatures.
Probably drives them back to their lairs, wherever their lairs are.
Storm's passing over now.
That cave, fascinating. Like going back thousands of years in Earth's history. Amazing that the Venusians have allowed their primitive peoples to develop side by side with them.
Yeah, well, let's get out of here before the return of whatever calls that cave home sweet home.
Yeah, it's cooler now. What a paradise this place is. The way Earth must have been before man spoilt it with its sprawling towns and filthy machines.
Well, if it hadn't been for man's filthy machines, we wouldn't be here.
That's true. And the pity of it is that after us will come rocket after rocket to ravage this planet. They'll gouge the minerals out of the earth, destroy the forests, and eventually they'll go to war over it.
You're quite the nature boy, aren't you, Brown? Hey, look. You remember when we went in there, this plant, it was all closed up. Well, look at it now.
Yes, it's true. Fascinating. It must have opened up to catch the rain.
How'd you like one of those in your back garden, eh? Hey, look. It's closing up.
Yes. Must trap its food that way. Anything that's unlucky enough to get inside it.
But it knows cigarette packages aren't food. It doesn't seem to want that.
Now, Wilson, stop that. If that's flesh eating, it may not release your hand as easily as it did that cigarette package. Now, come on. We must get over that mountain.
Hey, Brown.
Huh?
Brown, look down there in the foothills. There's smoke from a fire. I wonder who made it.
Well, it might have been caused accidentally by the lightning.
After all that rain? No, somebody built that fire.
Well, we've just seen the remains of a fire in that cave. You see, these sub-men, they know how to make fire.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It's funny of primitive people being able to make fire when everything's drenched with rain. Are you sure none of your party survived?
I told you. Come on.
It's nice to be dry again. These spacesuits are fine for keeping out the rain, except for the neck.
I'd better collect some more sticks.
Don't go too far. Well, if Wilson's anywhere up on those mountain slopes, he should be able to see the smoke from this fire.
Brown, too, if he's still alive, and if he wants to see it. Do you think we should move on?
Oh, no, let's give the kids a bit of a rest first. I think we could all do with it. Now, my neck's still sore from that blow.
Oh, let's take a look. That's an ugly-looking bruise. I wonder what could have made a mark like that.
Hey, look what I've just found.
Oh, where'd you find that?
Oh, just over there.
It's like a Stone Age axe.
So our creatures carry weapons. That means they must have some intelligence.
Well, you wouldn't need much intelligence to use a thing like that.
Well, not to use it, Jeff, but to make it. This thing's been manufactured. It had to be thought out.
And it was probably very valuable to its owner. Why would it be discarded like that?
I don't know. Perhaps the owner was running away from something. There must be all kinds of different creatures on this planet.
I bet there aren't any Stone Age guinea pigs.
Hamlet, I've left him in MR4.
No, he hadn't. I brought him with me. Come on, Hamlet, you can have a look around now. He must be hungry. If he was left to you, he'd starve to death.
Well, I'm starving to death now.
You said, Professor, that we might be able to eat off this planet.
Well, I'm sure we could if we knew what was safe to eat.
Well, how do people get on when they're stranded on desert islands? I mean, how do they know what's safe to eat?
Well, on Earth, if you can't identify a thing, it's best to leave it alone.
On Venus, we can't identify anything, so it might all be poison for all we know.
Yeah, well, Hamlet doesn't seem to think so. Look at the way he's tucking into that leaf.
Here, Hamlet, you might kill yourself. You just don't know what you're eating.
I bet he does. You know, animals have an uncanny instinct for knowing what's good and what's bad for them. It's more than we have.
You're not going to try eating that raw, are you?
Oh, no. It's as tough as nails.
There's plenty of water trapped in these leaves. If only we had some way of boiling it.
That gives me an idea. If we took one of those big leaves...
This'll be yours, Mr. Henderson.
Well, how do you like the Venusian home produce?
It's horrible. If those creatures eat this, no wonder they smash things up.
Well, Hamlet likes it anyway.
Yours is done, Mr. Henderson.
Hey, Mary, come here a minute. Look, can you see up on that bridge there? That looks like something moving. Do you think it's Wilson?
Or Brown?
Well, there's only one way of finding out. Whoever's climbing that mountain will soon be up in the carbon cloud. All right, Jeff, stamp the file out. We're moving on.
What about your spinach or whatever it is?
Well, I'll eat it on the way. Sure.
Wait a minute, Brown. Let's take a breather. It's funny, the higher up we get, the more carbon dioxide there is in the air.
Well, we've got to get over that mountain.
We sure won't do it this way.
I'm not giving up yet. There must be some way.
Well, Brown, we can't go over the top because of the carbon cloud. We can't go down and around because of the jungle and the swamp areas. You'll just have to give up, unless you figure on burrowing through it.
What? Why, you may have hit on something there, Wilson.
Don't you know when you're beat?
No, I'm not beaten yet. Look, you know, that's limestone.
So what?
Well, you know, limestone is full of tunnels, caves. You know that 1/3 of England is honeycombed with subterranean passages, all composed of rock like this, limestone.
Well, we know there are tunnels. We've been in one, but it didn't lead anywhere. You won't find one at this altitude.
We'll find one, all right. We'll work our way around that mountain until we do.
You go to it, Brown. I'm going back down to the foot.
Now, wait, Wilson. You'll find nothing there but ignorant creatures with an inability to raise their eyes to the hills.
Brown, you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're gonna kill yourself the way you're going.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute, Brown. I'll come with you. You need somebody to look after you.
You mean you'll help me to cross over?
Yeah, if it's possible.
Well, it's definitely 2 sets of footprints.
So Brown and Wilson are together. Well, then why didn't Wilson come back to try and find us?
Well, I bet you can blame Brown for that. He'll be up to one of his old tricks. Say, that reminds me.
What?
Well, Margaret and I found the tape recording of Wilson's last message in orbit.
Yes, for saying he was going into land.
Yes, but Brown had cut the tape, and it must have changed the message.
He wasn't going to land on Venus at all. He only came down when he saw us land.
Well, the old devil. You know, it served Brown right if we took off without him. And then we can't leave Wilson behind.
Perhaps that's what Mr. Brown thinks. He knows that as long as Captain Wilson stays with him, we won't take off.
You might have something there.
Look, some of these boot marks seem to lead into that cave. Oh, come on, Mary, let's take a look. No, not you two. You stay out in the open. You keep watch out here for us.
Looks like Mr. Brown's really going over this mountain. An American with him. Wonder what they'll find.
We'll catch up with them before they get very far.
Well, you know, in a way, I hope we don't. I'd like to see what's over the other side of this mountain, too.
I don't know who's the more stupid, you or Mr. Brown. This planet's dangerous. We've got to get back to MR4 and into orbit as quickly as possible.
Well, now we know we can eat some of the stuff that grows here. I'd like to wait here till the Russian rocket arrives.
Jeff, look at this.
Cigarette packet. Can't be Mr. Brown's, he doesn't smoke.
It's American. It must be Captain Wilson's. Hey, look out. But I saw that plant move.
It's Captain Wilson's, all right. You know, this seems to be the only type of plant that grows further up the mountain. Suppose we ought to find out whether it's edible. I mean, maybe nothing else grows up there.
Well, it looks pretty poisonous to me.
Remember what Mr. Henderson said? Anything animals can eat, we can eat. Let Hamlet have a sniff at it.
Oh, no, I don't think he'd like the look of it.
Well, how do you know? At least let him sniff it.
All right, then. We've got a new plant for you, Hamlet. See how you like it. Oh, he doesn't seem very interested.
No wonder. The outside leaves are as tough as leather. The ones in the middle look pretty good. Well, look at that. Poor Hamlet.
Oh, get it open, Jeff. He'll suffocate in there.
I can't make it move.
What's happened? Why did it close up like that?
It's like one of those plants in Africa.
What do you mean?
It's a flesh eater.
We've got to open it, Jeff. There must be some way of opening it.
I can't make it budge.
Uncle! Uncle! Hamlet's trapped in a flesh-eating plant and we can't get him out. Hurry, oh, please hurry.
He's inside there. The leaves won't open.
No, you're quite right, Jeff. The more you try to open it from the outside, it's got some sort of sticky stuff all over the leaves, binding them together. Now, the more you try to open it, the tighter they close.
Well, what are we going to do? We've got to get Hamlet out.
Can we get at the roots? Kill it from underneath?
I don't know. I hope it's ground's as tough as rock just beneath the surface. If only we had some sort of digging implement.
Well, how about this?
Oh, that's better than nothing.
Oh, please be quick. Before he's eaten alive.
Now we know they can grow at this altitude.
Yeah, they seem to do pretty well out of it. Look at that skeleton of a huge bird.
That's no bird. Look at the wing formation, more like a bat.
Horrible thing. Oh, look at that. Brown, hold on. Get a toe hold in that rock.
All right.
Give me a hand. I'll pull you up to this ledge.
Hey, Brown. Brown, here's your fissure. If only we can get down into it.
We've managed so far, we'll manage the rest.
Hey, storm's coming back again. Careful, Brown. A lot of loose rocks here.
Brown! Hold on! I can't hold on. You've got to!
It's broken. We'll never get him out now.
Don't worry, Margaret. Probably knew nothing about it. He'll just have gone to sleep in there.
Oh, it was my fault for putting him in there.
That storm's coming back. Look, you can see the rain coming down the mountainside towards us. Come on, we've got to get back inside the cave.
Look, it's opening.
What?
But it's opening for the rain.
He's moving.
Damn it! We're all right.
Oh, it takes more than a vegetable to get old Hamlet down. Well, come on, we don't want to get it wet out here. Let's get back inside the cave. It'll be drier if we get further back. Hey, Mary, take a look at this.